Hi, my name is Bobby Block, and I'm a student at Colorado Christian University here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. This video is just a brief overview of my research proposal for my Research Methods class, RES 505. I've titled my final research submission, Losing Hope, A Country at Risk. Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." And what we see nowadays is more and more young people are losing that hope. They're losing grip on their future. And suicide prevention has become part of what I believe is a calling for me. And so I thought that would be the best topic to attack for my final research presentation. The statistics surrounding suicide are staggering. I will probably go much deeper into those statistics as I start my final research paper. But just to give you an idea, every day approximately 123 Americans die by suicide. And to break things down even further, because this is something that hits a little closer to home for me, in 2019, 137 members of the United States Air Force took their own lives. 84 of those deaths were active duty service members. One of those deaths was a very close friend of mine. So again, this hits very close to home for me. We lost more members to suicide than to battle. So these numbers are off the charts, for lack of a better term. Today we are losing this war against suicide. And it's because there's a lot missing. You know, these young people today, they don't have the coping skills or the life skills or the communication skills to deal with the problems that they face every day. It's not like when I was growing up. Things are a lot harder out there because of things like social media and cyberbullying and all of the things that happen that we don't see, that aren't right in front of us. But more importantly, there's a lack of a spiritual foundation. And that's not something that I always noticed. I'm recently saved, and now that I am walking so closely with Christ, I realize that that's what's missing, is that spiritual foundation. So my plan is to cover 2 different suicide prevention programs that I feel are hitting a lot closer to the mark than some of the training that we have seen and or received in the past. The first one I'm going to cover is the Air Force's Comprehensive Airman Fitness program. And this program's goal is to sustain a thriving and resilient Air Force community that fosters mental, physical, social, and spiritual fitness. And they emphasize on the wingman concept of airmen and families taking care of each other and holding on to each other and holding each other accountable through our Air Force core values. The other program that I'm going to take a very close look at is from a company called Living Works. And they are actually the world's leading suicide intervention training company. And they have a founding belief that suicide is preventable and that everyone can learn to play a life-saving role. And their groundbreaking program addressed a critical need for suicide intervention skills in many workplaces and communities, and they have over 8,000 trainers worldwide. They don't have the military focus that the Comprehensive Airman Fitness program has, but they are such a unique program that the Air Force has actually adopted some of their training. And so that'll be one of the things that I look at, is whether or not there's a way to integrate the 2 programs. So that's what I hope a lot of my research will uncover. My plan is to look at the leadership styles, the motivation, the communication styles of both programs. I want to see if there is a focus on spirituality, or if these programs advocate a higher power. And I want to see if these programs are values aligned, and whether or not individual values and worldviews are accepted. Now, a lot of my research will focus on the importance of resilience. Research has shown that resilience matters for our performance and our health. Resilient people perform better, they're better able to adapt to change and recover from stress. And resilient people are better communicators, you know. A lot of the resilience training that I teach includes tools that are designed to help individuals become mentally prepared and improve their personal and professional performance. Finally, one of the last things that I plan to take a look at during my research is a much darker perspective when it comes to suicide prevention. It's a point of view that shows us a grim reality that a lot of these lost souls fall victim to. And in this existence, there is no suicide intervention or training programs that's going to save them. This is when the enemy has such a strong hold on them that they find no reason to go on. They can't cry for help. They can't find their way back to Christ. And I don't really know how I'm going to find answers to that, but I do want to just shed light on that, the fact that these people exist. So as I move into my next class, my capstone, I hope that I'm able to shed light on the areas that I've touched on during this video and, you know, give people clarity on the topics that I've decided are important to me and that I've decided to spend my time researching with the hope that it can help others. So that's my plan, that's my goal, and I just pray that I am able to put something together that has some meaning, and I guess we'll just see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.